I'm sitting here with Earl Wayne, wanting to ask some pertinent questions. And I guess, Earl, the first question I have for you is, how did you come to love country music?
Well, I was born into it. My dad's from Dayton, Tennessee, and my family all listened to country music when I was growing up. My Uncle Ralph, my Aunt Lita, and Earl Nelson, and Winna G. Nelson, we all listened to it. And we listened to it around the coffee table and the dinner table, and that's how I grew up around country music.
All right. Well, knowing that, can you give me a few influences from the past, and artists that you may have come to enjoy more than others? Fill us in.
Well, when I was 8 years old, the first country music singer I heard was Johnny Cash. And then when I was 15 years old, old boy of mine, friend of mine, set me down in the truck and we had a bottle of Jim Beam and listened to Hank Williams Jr. Then he introduced me to Hank Sr. Then I went on to Ernest Tubb, Merle Haggard, George Jones, Waylon Jennings, Bob Wills, oh good Lord, David Allan Coe. You name them, Ernest Tubb, we listened to them all. We listened to them all, and we had a great time. And we drank a lot, too. But, but that's how I grew up on country music. And I'm still country today. And, there's a lot of country artists today that don't quite give recognition to the singers that were there to then, like Kitty Wells, Coal Miner's Daughter, Conway Twitty. I think they've all been forgotten, and I'm sorry to hear that, and see it happen.
It sounds like you've had a varied interest in country music. Can you tell me a little bit about what you think of country music today, and maybe some artists that you kind of like that are out there on the scene today?
Well, there is a lot of good artists. Toby Keith's good. Miranda Lambert's probably one of my favorites nowadays. I could say, I like Carrie Underwood. I like them all. I like Travis Tritt, and I like Randy Travis. But I pretty much grew up with Hank Williams Jr. Hank Williams Jr. was probably one of my favorite ones at all times. I love Merle Haggard. He's a great singer. I think today's music is different than what it used to be, according to my standards, but they're good, and I think what we need to do is, and they're going back to the old ways, I can hear it in their music. There's a lot of bluegrass band music going back to the way it was. I think what we need to do is recognize who it used to be that made all this music. Hank Williams Sr. was probably the greatest one that ever came around. Then you had Lightning Hopkins in the blues. I like all kinds of music, not just one sort. I like Lightning Hopkins, I like Muddy Waters, I like ZZ Top. I like Linda Ronstadt. I like Charlie Daniels. I definitely love Charlie Daniels. Waylon Jennings is up there with the rest of them. I think though it's not the music that I'm used to, you know. Even though I like the new country, you know, it's just not where it used to be, you know. For what I grew up with, you know. I mean, like, you take Ernest Tubb, you take Slim Whitman, and, you know, these were greats. These were the greats. Mel Tillis, you know, and so that's where I'm at with that question.
All right, all right. Well, let me ask you this there, Earl. What do you see going forward in the future with country music? Do you think it's going to return more to the roots, or do you see it kind of going off the tracks? What's your opinion on that?
Oh, I think it'll go back to the roots, you know, because history repeats itself, you know. Everybody loves to go back to history. But I do see it moving forward in a different direction as well, because there's a lot more instruments. There's a lot more. I think everybody's trying to hit the pop country, you know, and like Brenda Lee did, Conway Twitty did. And it's a good thing, you know, but I think we need to remember who we were and who we came from, you know. And I think that's my answer on that one.
All right. Well, Earl, I want to thank you for your time, and I just want to ask you one last question.
Go ahead.
What do you think you're going to put up there on the internet for us all to see here in the next coming days?
Oh, I think it's going to be a little Lefty Brazil, a little bit of Merle Haggard, a little Hank Jr., John Cash. I see them all coming around, you know. I got a lot of material to go with, so yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to get there, but I think it's going to be a good thing. You know?
Well, looking forward to it. Thank you for your time, Earl.
You're welcome.